Offered to help out at my new girlfriend's job and wash dishes, but she scoffed and told me I couldn't do it because I wasn't good enough. And she got pissed when I said I definitely could since washing dishes was unskilled labor. I've been seeing this girl for 3 months who I'm pretty into. She's a professional chef, hot, and basically a savage. She smokes pot and drinks a lot more than me, but other than that, I have no complaints. She's very assertive because she has to be in her line of work, and luckily, I'm into that, if you know what I mean. She works at an upscale bar, hence the drinking, where the food is really important, and she's super talented, so her dishes get written up in our local media, which is so cool. It feels a bit like dating a celebrity when we go out because she seems to know all the industry people and we get free drinks and stuff. The problem came up when she was complaining about her job, which she does a lot. She says her boss is unsupportive and won't hire more help for the kitchen. Right now, she does almost everything herself, so her hours are crazy long and she's stressed all the time. I agree it doesn't make sense to be so short-staffed because it seems like the bar is always busy and they make good money. The owner is an old-school boomer guy who thinks she's overreacting, or so she says. I don't like feeling helpless when she complains about work, so I offered to help wash dishes one night so she wouldn't have to work until 3 a.m. and we could go out. I made a lot of money in tech and retired early, so I have some time on my hands. She looked surprised and laughed and said, "Thank you for the offer." I was kind of hoping she would turn me down, but the way she said it was kind of patronizing, so I pressed a bit. She went into professional mode and asked if I'd ever washed dishes before. I said, yes, obviously, but not in a restaurant or anything. Now she looked really annoyed and asked why I thought I could just jump in and wash dishes without any experience. I laughed at this and said anyone could wash dishes. Teenagers do it as their first job. She got offended and said, I didn't understand the realities of kitchen work because it's not easy and dishwashers are the most important person in the restaurant. I thought that was a huge exaggeration. I worked at a Wendy's in high school and it's the same skill set. What she does is skilled, but washing dishes is not skilled labor. She said there's no such thing as unskilled labor, and I'd take you up on your offer if I thought you wouldn't mess up service. I thought that was really rude and misguided. No such thing as unskilled labor? Are you kidding me? And told her so. She told me I was condescending and presumptuous, and she gets enough of that from her boss. The date was awkward for a while until she smiled and changed the subject, but now I can't stop wondering if her boss doesn't have a point about her overreacting. Update. After reading through some more comments, I started to worry I'd really screwed things up, and I didn't want to wait until tonight to apologize. She didn't text me this morning to confirm our date like she usually does, and I had a bad feeling. I reached out and apologized for explaining something she obviously knew more about, and explained I was hurt by her patronizing response to my offer to help. She apologized and thanked me again for the offer, explaining she thought I was joking and never would have reacted that way if she'd known it was sincere. She apologized for complaining so much and explained that it wasn't always a crisis situation, but the bar has doubled its business in the last year, and now she's burning out. The situation with her boss is stressing her out even more than anything. She's approached him several times, and he keeps brushing her off. It's almost hard to believe a business owner could be so in denial, but I feel really bad that I reminded her of him. I asked if we could talk about the skilled versus unskilled labor argument tonight, and she said, "Is it okay if we don't?" Things were going so well. I'm kind of frustrated by this because she made such a big deal out of it, but I'll respect her wishes. Update 2, same day. This has been a lively discussion and not how I expected to spend my day. I appreciate all the information about dishwashing and the support from people who saw my perspective. I got some really kind DMs and some weird ones. For everyone who said I'm the jerk, you'll be glad to know she broke up with me. Yeah, I was a jerk on purpose at the end there, but it was cathartic, and I think you'll agree she had it coming. Enjoy this absurdity. I have to cancel tonight. I'm sorry for the short notice. I don't feel up to going out. Me, this is because about the labor thing, isn't it? I'm sorry for asking so many questions. I really want to understand you better. No. It's because you think it's about that. You keep demonstrating that you're not listening to me. We clearly have communication issues, and it shouldn't be this hard to understand each other at this stage. That's no one's fault. Me, we don't have communication issues. You don't like to explain your assertions after you get called out on them. You need to understand when you call someone incompetent, you're going to have to back it up. So you're not just canceling dinner. This is a breakup. I thought you could have held out a little longer to tell me in person. That would have been the decent thing to do. I never said you were incompetent or even implied it. You're putting words in my mouth. You interrogate me and won't listen to my answers. You assume the worst interpretation of everything I say. Look, I'm sorry. I thought this was the best way to do this, and I'm sorry if I was wrong. I figured it's only been a couple of months, and I didn't want to make you drive all the way from location. We could still meet up if you want to talk. You implied it. I mean, I thought you would have held out for one more free dinner. Blocked and good riddance.